I can drop $500, so it will be $10,500 plus.
He's not trying to lose money. He said,
I fully regret buying a house now. Like, it's not the worst choice I ever made, but it's so expensive.
It's coming up as a $494. That's the first thing. We have a couple of repos already. These aren't just buybacks; they're repossessions. You know what I mean?
we have somebody that is trying to buy a BMW with 2 repos and a 490 credit score, somebody that bought a house and now is having a buyer's remorse, and somebody that did something that a lot of people should do, and that's lower their car payments and put the ego to the side. That is what we're going to be discussing in today's episode. Welcome back to Purely MJ Show. If it's your first time, my name is MJ. In this channel, we discuss financial literacy, avoiding debt, and how to make better financial decisions to other people's experiences. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Kick back, and let's get straight into it. I will say before I get this video started, you guys are probably wondering why you haven't seen me in a week. The whole family has been sick. We've been recovering, just resting, hydrating ourselves, and that's why I've been gone. And I don't think I had the energy to record a video for you guys, but we're here today right now, reacting to some videos. We're going to get straight into it.
BMW is going for $15,995, 16 grand, but it's only got 95,000 miles. Car Guru says it's like $900 on the retail value. So,
what about the Benz that you got this year?
The GLA?
GLA.
That one's going for $14,995. That's got around the same mileage.
Same mileage?
Yep. What are you looking to do? Finance?
Yeah.
How's the credit?
My credit is... I just came from... What they did was they approved me.
Mm-hmm. You already know we're in for a treat or a little bit of some explaining before we even get the credit score going.
And this is not the first time they did this either. They have pre-approval, let me drive off the lot, and then came and picked my car up because the bank didn't fully approve it.
Did you miss your payment or anything?
I didn't even make a first payment.
Did you miss the first payment?
No, I didn't even get to the first payment.
They just took the car?
Exactly. My first payment was supposed to be the 29th of this month.
I'll be honest, because we don't do buy here, pay here. I mean, we work with banks, so I could try to get you approved and run your credit. But, on any of these like BMWs or Mercedes, it's going to be hard to get you approved because it's a luxury car. You know what I mean? You're going to need to put a little bit more money down. How much money are we talking?
Right now, I'm waiting for $1,500 from
You're waiting for them to give you a refund. Yeah. I'd say this. Get the $1,500, get it refunded to you, come back here, and let's find you a nice, reasonable car to actually get into where you can finance and make payments and then help build your credit.
That's the point.
Because first off, I don't do buy here, pay here, and buy here, pay here doesn't do anything for your credit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to sit down and do a credit report?
Yes.
Okay, have a seat. Let's see if we can get you done. This is your license?
No, that's my ID. I have my license, but I literally just got it in the mail. I didn't bring my bag.
Well, this one's expired, so the bank's going to need an updated one. Yeah, this one's expired. We could still do a credit application with it, but is this your current address as well?
Yes. I still live in Avenel.
Okay, perfect. Let's see. Yeah, so if you sign right there, and right there, that's going to let me look at your credit and see what we could do for you. All right, so I just ran the credit. I mean, you're going to need a cosigner and more than $1,500 down, 100%. You know what I mean? I can send it out to the bank, but I already know what the issue is going to be. I'm just looking at the credit report. It's coming up as a $494. That's the first thing. We have a couple of repos already. These aren't just buybacks; they're repossessions. You know what I mean? So, honestly, with this credit score and more than one repo, you're gonna need a cosigner. Alrighty. So I'm sorry about that.
She seems like a sweet lady, all right? And that's what I'm going to say right now. She just wants the good things in life. There's nothing wrong with that. Anyone can go out there and buy a BMW. I'm not telling you not to buy that. I think you guys probably think, team no BMW, team no Mercedes-Benz. But to go in there and not have the self-awareness to break down your own credit profile before you go in there and embarrass yourself, and then you don't even have the $1,500 to put down right there and then. You have to wait for them to issue a check for a refund. Like, I think that we are in the digital age where right now you can check your credit profile, see what's in your account, see how many repos you have, your credit score before you go in there. This will destroy anyone's morale. If you don't do what you have to do to protect yourself, like your image is important. Your reputation is important. When you go in there and you have no license, expired ID, 494 credit score, you have couple repossessions, and you don't have the money up front, this is self-sabotage. This tells me you don't care about yourself. This tells me that you just care about the image of success and not actually being successful, right? And these cars have a way of showing it, but life is not about looking like you live in a music video. You know what I mean? You could walk down somebody right now that has a regular t-shirt or regular jeans and not know he's a millionaire, right? And you can walk towards somebody that has a BMW, the Gucci bag, the designer jeans, and a nice coat, trench coat, or whatever, and think that person is a millionaire, right? But when we dissect things, you start to understand that when you do the boring things in life and you're patient and you're delaying gratification, that's when you start to look like it. If not, and you don't do your due diligence and come in there with at least being prepared, this is how embarrassing things can get. I feel sorry for this lady, but I think it's hard to feel sorry for people that don't feel sorry for themselves.
I fully regret buying a house now. Like, it's not the worst choice I ever made, but it's so expensive. But at the same time, it's exactly what rent would be costing me anyways. I'm almost an hour away from where I want to be and almost an hour away from work. It's a lot of upkeep, a lot of maintenance. I feel like the housing market could crash at any minute, and interest rates were high when I bought it, and so were prices. I rationalized it by telling myself, well, it's the same amount as rent, and I should get something back out of it at the end of the day, which honestly at this point might not even be true. And I'm far away from everything, and I have an hour-long commute, and I'm tired, and I'm in a 3-bedroom house, and I live alone. I'm thankful. I'm very thankful that I'm able to do this. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if it was the right choice, and I'm stressing over it right now. I've only been here for like 8 months. I don't know what to do.
Listen, I don't blame him. I think that, when you're told that having a house or owning a house is part of the American dream and it's a status symbol of success or you getting somewhere in life, right? I think anybody could fall into making a quick decision or a fast decision into buying a house that they're not ready for, right? And I think most people think that because they are approved, they equate that with affordability. I think that's a huge mistake that's going to put you in deep water, right? You have to also think about the phantom costs, right? You have to think about the maintenance. You have to think about surprise fixes. You have to think about property taxes. You have to think about, property insurance. There's a lot that comes with owning a house. And I always look at it as like when you buy a house, there are 20 people ready right there and then all lined up to take your money. When you have the government and the banks that are constantly marketing and pushing Americans to buy a house without due diligence or having money up front or doing it the right way, it could put you in a situation like this. But I think it's there's nothing wrong with an hour commute. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think I would just listen to podcasts, things that will help me psychologically just advance. I think it's a blessing. You know what I mean? I think we live in a generation, right, or a time where being by yourself is scary. I think once you embrace that, I think it shapes your mind, it morphs your mind, right? Like I drive 40 or 35 minutes to get to work. I love that time. I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening to financial things. I'm trying to always sharpen the iron to really be knowledgeable so I don't get played. For the affordability aspect, I think he should just call his friends, ask them if they're interested in just renting. He has a 3-bedroom house. If you could rent 2 and just live there and, kind of collect rent, that helps you better. But I think you're already in it. And I don't know if he's going to lose money. It depends on the market. Like yesterday's price is not today's price. But I think this is a learning curve for him. I think every person should go through this. But, never rush buying a house. It is the biggest expense you will ever buy.
I did it, guys. I went and I traded in my 2023 Ford Expedition Max. Now, if you've been following along, you know that I have been trying to get out from under this car for a while now. I was tired of paying $1,100 a month. It's absolutely crazy. And recently my financial situation changed. And so I had no other choice but to do what I had to do. So I was either going to let them repo it which I hated to do, or I was going to have to settle for what I could get into to be able to trade it in. And that's exactly what I did. So I went the other day, and I owed a little over $57,000 on my Expedition, and they were appraising it at $40,000. And I was able to get into a 2025 Ford Escape Flex Hybrid. It's a lot smaller than what I'm used to, but I am so grateful that it worked out because I did not want to have a repo on my credit. And I did go from an $1,100 payment down to a $700 payment. So I'm excited about that. I did have to carry some negative equity over into this new car, about $6,000. So I'm hoping anytime that I have any little bit of extra money, I'm going to send it to the car, straight to the principal, and hopefully I can get that upside down or that negative equity paid off within the year.
I think we reacted to this lady before. I think it's one of my most viewed videos on this channel. And I always give credit to the people that make the videos, the creators, down below in the description, whether I agree with them or disagree with them. I think I want to give her a shout out, number one, and to say that, like, for you to come in here and to share your debt confessions, that's her name, My Debt Confessions, to a bunch of strangers, to me is like, I give you respect. That's not an easy thing to do. But I do respect also the fact that she got into a mess and put herself in a bad situation and learned to just problem solve. I always ask people, what is your exit strategy when things fall apart? How are you going to get out of it? Because the same way you get into it, you should have a plan how to get out. I mean, a critical person, that's their goal, right? You don't want to be stuck with years of debt or years of payments on a situation that you thought was going to be a good, situation. But to go from 1,100 to 700 payment and only about 6,000 negative equity, it shows me that she put her ego to the side. You know what I mean? She kind of values her time. And also she was forced because her situations and her financial income has changed. And I think most people make decisions based on the income they make now and forgetting that there's a huge test that's going to come to test your, financial decisions. And we're all a layoff away. We're all just like, like a sickness away from everything crumbling down. So for her to problem solve and to do this, I got to give you a big shout out, and you got my respect. You know what I mean? And I think she's finally realizing that I don't need all that space in this car. I'm okay with this one. This will do. 700 is still expensive, but it's way better than 1,100 for sure.
I'm not argue with that. I can leave right now. So obviously you don't understand.
Thank you very much. We had a customer today, came in, he liked the truck. He wanted to drop $2,500 for a tire that been old. Let's see if we can make a deal with him.
I like the truck. It's a nice truck. A couple of things that I'll need to do to it. It will be $2,300. All the tires are 7 to 8 years old, and it needs 4 rotors and brakes. That stuff I would do after the fact.
Tires, they looked good for me.
3 of them 7 years old. One's 8 years old. They're all dry rotted. It shouldn't be on a highway. They could blow out. Like I say, those are things that I'll do myself. What I'm looking for is your best out the door price.
Car is listed for $10,500. I can drop $500, so it will be $10,500 plus tax, and fees.
The most I could do, because I've got to drop between $2,000 and $2,500.
Hold on. The math didn't make sense. Did he say the car is $10,500 and I could drop it $500 and it still be $10,500? We gotta go back.
So it will be $10,500 plus tax.
For is your best out the door price.
Car is listed for $10,500. I can drop $500, so it will be $10,500 plus.
He's not trying to lose money. He said, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't care. I gotta make money.
Tax, and fees.
The most I could do, because I've got to drop between $2,000 and $2,500 in it, is $10,000 out the door.
We're way far away, man. Vehicle is already $1,255 below the market.
But that's if it had good brakes, good rotors, good tires. It doesn't have any of that.
Tires, I will have him look at.
Well, there's
Usually,
nothing
if
to
there's
look at. There's dates. It's very simple. You should know this. You're in the
date
business.
is okay, but if the tire is not bad, if the car being garage kept, never
doesn't
driven,
matter. It doesn't matter. Talk to a tire shop. You'll understand. I'm not to argue with you. It's common sense. You're in the business. You should know
I'm
that.
not arguing with you.
Right.
I'm just saying, if we don't see anything wrong with it, we don't go ahead and change it.
The
And
date is what's wrong with it.
it's a used car, still, it's
That
not brand
doesn't
new.
that doesn't change safety. Well, I'm not going to argue with it. I can leave right now.
It's
I'm
not
trying to
arguing.
educate you on
Exactly.
tires. Obviously, you don't understand.
Thank you very much.
Someone could sue you if they go out and get a blowout. That tire is not road legal. Look at the dates. It's common sense. Talk to any tire shop. They'll tell you.
Okay.
You're in the business. You should know these things.
Give me a few minutes. I'll be
Okay.
right back with you. I'll talk to the service
Just the
department.
only thing I need to know is how much you would sell for out the door.
Okay.
I'll take care of everything else.
Sounds great.
We don't meet and we don't meet.
100%. Give me a few minutes.
Okay.
To be continued is crazy. This was an embarrassing conversation. I'm going to start off with that. Here, number one, did not only school this guy, but it shows that dealership and car salesmen are not your friends. They use psychology and manipulation to try to act like to reel you in and make you your friend. But at the end of the day, they're in it to make money. You know what I mean? And the whole math wasn't math. And he said, I get it. I'm going to cut $500, $10,500. It will be $10,500. That part kept me laughing. But you are right, though, right? You cannot sell an unsafe vehicle as a dealership, especially because you're in the business of image and reputation. You know what I mean? If something bad happens to a customer and they make a TikTok video or they sue you, it's embarrassing. You have to understand where the buyers is coming from is that most of the times they are either buying it from other people that are doing trade-ins or they're buying it from auctions, and they have to make a small margins on these cars. Even if they make 800 to 1,000 on 10 different cars, you can see that's $10,000 profit. But they're not going to skimp and argue back and forth with you. So I think I personally, you let me know down in the comment section down below who is right. But I do think that this is the stigma and this is the stereotype that dealerships face, is that they're just very unethical, very greedy. And shout out to the buyer, man. He schooled him, told him, hey, I could walk out. I could respect anybody that could walk out of any deal. Shows that he doesn't really care and is not really that desperate for it. But you let me know down below who is right. You let me know your comments down below. I really want to hear from you. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're growing. And I'm going to try my hardest to stay consistent every single day from now on. Like, that is my New Year resolution, is to stay consistent for you guys. With that being said, share this video, show some love, and be good, do good. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.